Ladies and gents, good evening from Europe, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, guys. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and we are going to make another educational video. It's going to be the part number 3 when it comes to the super candle, right? The candle with the huge power, right? Powerful candle, if you wish. Whatever, however, hopefully you watched 2 previous educational videos. I'm going to try to place the link in the description, but you can also visit the Light Forex archive section, and there is a educational videos section with the educational videos, so you are more than welcome to visit and watch. Well, it's gonna be quite necessary to understand what we are going to talk about, because as I promised, right, during the first one we discussed how to follow the powerful candle. In the second we discussed what's going to happen and how we can take the advantage of the break of that powerful candle, right? So again, those details are available in the first and second part of this particular educational video. Today, part number 3, and today we are going to go through just few examples. Guys, first thing first, it's not going to be the Holy Grail, all right? No, not at all. You have to adopt some conditions into yourself. What kind of the trader you are, what kind of the behavior you have, right? How you are reacting in some during some situation depends on what market is doing. For me personally, the break of that powerful candle is super dope. I love it. I really like to trade this approach after the break. So something we discussed in the second part. Because I'm going to go through some examples, right? I'm going to tell you personally, I do prefer higher time frame powerful candle, and looking for an entry depends on each individual technique, on the smaller time frame, as low as 1 minute, right? But because we are going to get back in time on a daily chart, for example, would be tough to try to also trying not to waste the time, show them low time frame entry. But basically that's something you have to adopt to yourself. Depends what kind of the trader you are. So without a further delay, let's go straight and let's find few examples. Example number 1. Discussed pre-non-farm payrolls possible setup. Right? Possible powerful candle. Breakthrough. Cool. Then the low and the entry of that particular day as a supply. The entry of that particular day, that also 50% of that drop of the previous week. Here, because it's the last few days, we can switch lower. If you remember, we are discussing the size of the possible bounce based on 1-to-1, what we've seen here. What we've seen here, pullback, and what we've seen here, all right? Kaboom! First example worked really well. Let's get back to the daily, and let me show you precisely, right? That was the possible supply zone on the daily. Because it was quite good event, non-farm payrolls, we also discussed about possible some stop count, right? That's what we everything got, right? We got everything, and we see move to the downside. Now, with the exactly in that particular example, right? Looking for some kind of the great possible entry, all right? If I'm not mistaken, it was, I'm going to show you, give me some time. It was based on the close on that particular candle, right? Look at this green line over here based on the daily. Market was trying to move above. Distribution went on. We break through. And we had some kind of the hidden supply right here. The hidden supply, hidden demand, that's the next educational style I'm going to provide to you in the near future. Anyway, get back into that daily chart. This particular one work or still is working, right? Because we seen the attack and we seen the rejection. Now, based on failure below that particular low, look what we have here, especially this particular candle. What happened? Next day, boom, rally, right? So, the first example here is after the break powerful candle. Here we have the example with the failure to the downside, and we have the example of the powerful candle and what happened when we are going with that one, right? With that one. Another powerful candle, but you know, this particular one, to be honest with you, there was nothing to be so excited when it comes to the demand or support. There was, we created that candle out of the nothing, to be honest with you. So when we break through that level, I've been just waiting for the retest. I've been just waiting for the retest, right? We had one opportunity, as well as we had this opportunity previous week, right from the start of the week. All right. So again, of course, I'm showing you the examples. As you can see, I'm going back through the chart. It's not that I've prepared especially for this particular video. No, it's not going to happen every day. I do like this type of the candles from the higher time frames, right? That's when I know we got the chance to see them at work, all right? But as I mentioned before, it's not always that we are going to grab pips. Sometimes we have to give up. Look at this particular candle. Look at the move to the downside. So I've been waiting for a retest of that level, right? Maybe for a quite short time I've been right, but then it went through my stop, all right? So as you can see, it's not gonna work all the time. It's not gonna work 100% of the time when it comes to this particular strategy. It's the same like with almost any kind of the other strategy. Another one, perfect example how to move with, all right, the powerful candle. False break, nice close, break, and we've seen quite nice rally, right? But here, look at this particular one. Breakthrough, retest, rejection. Nice. Guys, it really works. But what you have to do, you have to go through hundreds of examples. You have to check what kind of the entry is gonna suitable gonna be very suitable for you. It's gonna work best for you, right? As I mentioned, I do prefer powerful candle on a higher time frame, but entry on the lower time frame. I'm trying to control the distance between the entry and the stop for myself. All right, so let's have a look, because I also got a very, very nice example when it comes to the cable based on, if I'm not mistaken, based on the weekly. That's one of the reasons I'm so bearish lately, because if you remember our market updates, yeah, I'm looking to sell the pound Riley, right? One of the reasons is this particular breakdown based on this super candle over here, right? That was the huge breakdown. Now, two upper shadows, but looks weekly close, we never ever closed above. We've been looking for stops, we hit the stops even twice, right? Let me make some cleanings here, but we never ever close above, right? Let me make a different way, because it's so important. I'm going to clean the whole pound chart again. If you can see, that's the weekly. Right? Look, we never ever, even with the stop counting, we never ever close weekly above the low of that nice candle. By the way, with this nice break over here, cleaning the supply to the left side, nicely working to the upside. Nicely working to the upside, right? So, hopefully, you are going to find that interested. I strongly encourage you to get back to check the video number 1 from that series, video number 2, and really, this powerful candle really works great, like it was, for example, here. Boom! And with this, again, it's a not Holy Grail, but if you can adopt some filters, depends on your trading style, this is very good tool, and it should be added into your arsenal. Guys, it was my pleasure to make this educational video for you. Hopefully you're going to find it useful. And that's it. Fingers crossed, make plenty of tests, because you are going to go live with that. Thank you very much. Take care, goodbye, and see you around, guys.